What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is a question I get a lot. Is the Radian Ramjet Afterburner worth it? Now, this is not going to be one of those videos where I show you slow-mos and nerd out over specs. Listen, there's plenty of videos like that. Those videos confirm what I will say about the performance of this, which is yes, if you're thinking about the performance and all that, is it worth the $400 they charge? In my opinion, yes, it is. That's the short answer. Yes, it is. It's worth every penny. The Ramjet does exactly what Radian says it's going to do. It's very noticeable when you shoot it. Now, is it quantifiable? Can I give you a percentage? It reduces it by 47.6%. Like, I can't do that. But if I shoot my factory barrel and then I shoot this right after, I could tell. I could tell the difference. So, number one, performance-wise, yes, it is worth it. Now, if you go past that, there's a couple other reasons I believe that it's worth the 400 bones that you'd be paying for this. Number two is, while it might not make you a better shooter, what it does do is it promotes shooting more. The thing I love about the Ramjet is the fact that it makes the shooting experience pleasurable. It's a lot softer, it reduces the recoil, and it promotes shooting more. I want to shoot more rounds when I'm at the range, when I have my guns with the Ramjets on there. And to me, that is a plus as well, because anything that promotes, and I've always said this, anything that promotes more training, anything that gets me to shoot more rounds down range is a plus. Because in a self-defense shooting situation, those things are over within 5 minutes or less, usually. So you're not going to feel any soreness in your hand. You're not going to feel anything. Bang, bang, adrenaline. You're not going to feel anything. At the range, though, prolonged shooting, you're going to feel sore in your hands, your forearms. If you're shooting with the proper technique, you're going to feel sore. You're going to feel fatigued. If you're at the range for more than 30 minutes, an hour, if you have long range sessions, you're going to feel it if you're running the stock version of your setup, in my opinion. What this does is it reduces that a little bit. Is it by a lot? A lot? Not by a lot, but it reduces it enough where I do shoot more when I have my Ramjet on. So that's number two. Number three, the engineering that goes behind putting together something like this, making sure that you're not only putting out quality, but the fit, the finish, the reliability. I've never seen anybody have any issues with the Ramjets. Have you? Have you heard of anybody having issues with the Ramjets? Not really. I've heard of people having issues running 115, but never, as far as like a reliability thing, if you're running the right ammo or it breaking or anything like that, never. So the performance is there. It promotes more shooting. It makes the shooting experience more pleasurable. The reliability is there. The quality is there. The fit, the finish, the engineering that goes behind putting something together like this. It's a no-brainer. Now, if you don't shoot a lot and you only go to the range, once a month and you're there 30 minutes, this may not be for you. The price, it may not be for you. But if you're shooting all the time or you have long range sessions, to me, it's a no-brainer purchase. So I know a lot of guys have this in their checkout right now, oh man, is it worth it? Do I pull the trigger? To me, if you're shooting a lot, yes. So again, if you shoot a lot, whether it's for training, competition, or because you simply love putting rounds down range, then yes, I think it's worth every penny. The engineering, the recoil reduction, the shooting experience it delivers, it makes it a solid investment. So, and it's a reputable company that is putting these out. It's a reputable company. So I never understood when people were like, oh, well, $400, that's a lot of money. You could buy a second gun. You understand people are paying $400 or $500 for lowers? I've yet to ever, and you can let me know in the comment section, I've yet to ever run into a lower that the performance it gave me justified paying $500, $600 for it. Never. They may have these special buttons and finishes and certain things that make it premium and all that. I get it. But performance wise, never. So the performance boost you get from buying a lower that's $500, $600 is not there. and people still do it. But when you have something like this, that a company takes the time to put the money into R&D, engineer something like this to make sure that not only does it perform the way it's supposed to every time, it's reliable, it's high quality materials, and it's compliant in all 50 states. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Really? So, again, is it worth it? Should you buy one? Yes. Yes, I think it is. If you don't shoot a lot, it may not be for you. But if you shoot a lot, I think it is. I've never met anybody who shot my gun. I've never given my gun to anybody at the range and they shot it and they didn't go Owen Wilson voice, wow, when they shot it. they weren't amazed by how flat it shoots. Now, some people may say, oh, well, it's the Zev, and no, because I have one on my Glock 45 and they say the same exact thing when they shoot it from my Glock 45. Now, one thing I will also add is the Radian Ramjet is great, but if you pair it with a DPM recoil reduction spring system, it's even better. So I'm running a DPM spring and it makes it even a smoother shooting gun. It's balanced, flat shooting, and we say that flat shooting thing a lot, but I feel like a lot of times when people say it and you see the slow motion of the shooting, it's not really that flat. But like I said, flat shooting, and it's, again, worth every penny. So the $400, the DPM spring system, I think it was like $80, $480. It's not even, oh, well, you can buy another gun. It's like, let's unpack that. Is your training with that current gun good enough to justify you purchasing a second gun? Do you shoot that first gun enough that you feel confident that if you buy a second gun, you'll be just as good with that second gun? Like, I don't know. The average person just does not shoot enough to justify saying that they'd rather buy a second gun than buy something that will promote shooting and make their shooting experience a lot more pleasurable so that they train more. Like, I don't understand it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say $400 is not a lot of money. It is a lot of money. $400 is a lot of money. But what you get in return, worth every penny. And by the way, I paid $265 for this. I bought it secondhand. First one I bought it brand new. Second one I bought secondhand. And the only reason the guy was selling his was because his wife had this rule that if he wanted to get something expensive, he has to sell something else, and yada yada yada. So it benefited me. But there are people out there who will buy these and they realize, oh shit, I don't shoot as much as I thought that I did, and this may not be for me, or it's too rich of a price for me. And then they sell them. And then you can come in and swoop in and get a great deal. So if you shoot a lot, will you regret making this purchase? No, I don't think you will. I've never seen anybody regret their purchase if they shoot a lot. So to me, if you got it in your cart and you're trying to treat yourself this winter, this Christmas, I say go ahead, because you won't regret it. You will be at the range loving every second of it. Now, some things people may say that bother them is you have to swap out the factory barrel. Doesn't bother me. Radian's barrel is just as good, if not better. Now, can I confirm that it's better? Nah. But is it just as good? To me, it is. So that's not an issue. Plus, Radian puts out high quality material, high quality products using high quality materials. So I was never really concerned about that. Another thing may be having to disassemble and clean your gun. It's extra step and all that. Listen, when I clean my guns, that is a therapeutic, special moment for me. I love every second of it. I love taking shit apart and putting it back together. It's fun. It is not a problem for me. It's not work or anything like that. It's just part of the hobby, in my opinion. So it's a non-issue for me. As far as cleaning it or anything like that, super easy to clean. As a matter of fact, I've put thousands of rounds through this particular pistol setup, and I've only cleaned this barrel, I believe, once, and it was a light clean, and I believe I did it on camera with you guys. Still reliable, still runs great, never had any issues. So I'm actually considering getting a second one for this setup. That's the bronze version, give it a different look. So is it worth it? Yes, it is. I'd rather buy, in the state of the gun world right now, I'd rather buy another Ramjet than buy, another gun just to try it out, or like, or another gun just to add it to my collection or whatever. It just doesn't move me like that anymore. So I'm more concerned with getting better, performance, getting better performance, and having a good time. So hope that helped. If you're on the fence, I don't think you'll regret it. The last thing I will say is aesthetics matter. Aesthetics matter. That's why it matters with high-end cars. It matters with high-end watches. Anything high-end, aesthetics matter. So, because if it didn't matter, we'd be paying the same thing for Teslas than we are for Porsches and Lambos and Trackhawks and Hellcats and all that. And we simply aren't. Performance plus how something looks equals the price that you pay. Now, with Radian, the performance alone equals the price, and it will be fine just like that. But the fact that it looks so good, the lines, how it complements every gun I've ever seen a Radian on, the sleek, tight design, the engineering that goes behind it, to me, it's worth it. Just the way it is, it's just worth it. Some people are like, well, you're glazing Radian. Like, this is crazy shilling. How much are they paying you? Radian is not paying me anything. I give them money. I give them money. So there's no bias or anything like that. It simply does what they say it's supposed to do. So is it worth it? Yes. You shoot a lot? Yes, it'll be worth it. You don't shoot a lot, you shoot sometimes and you're barely at the range. It may not be for you. So that's what I think. Hope that answers your question. If you're still on the fence, hit me up. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can in the comment section. If you do not agree that it's worth it, let me know why. If you do have a Radian Ramjet setup, let me know if you like it or if you don't. If you like it, let me know why. But from what I've noticed, pretty much everybody loves their Radian setup. I have both Glock and SIG versions of the Radian and never had any issues with any of them. So my snappiest gun that I own is, to my opinion, is my P365. Threw a Radian Ramjet on there, no longer an issue. So again, it will not make you a better shooter, but it'll make the shooting experience a lot more tolerable if you're shooting for long periods of time. Like my P365, it's a non-issue because it's a lot pleasurable to shoot the damn gun. I would shoot 2-3 mags through the P365 and want to put the thing away at the range. It's like and move on to something else. So if you own a 365 and you train with that 365 and that's all you're bringing to the range, putting a Radian on there will prolong that training session. It will make it a lot more fun and you will get a lot more training, which will benefit you more. So, and plus the performance, like I said. So long story short, it's worth every penny, and you can also find these secondhand. So hope that answers you guys' question. Appreciate you guys watching the video. As always, do something nice, be positive, recycle, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you guys on the next one. Deuces.